Now rewriting this equation, we get summation of yi minus y bar whole square is equal to summation of yi hat minus y hat bar whole square plus summation of ui hat minus u hat bar whole square, and then plus 2 into summation. Now in place of yi hat we can write a hat plus b hat xi, and in place of y hat bar we can write minus a hat minus b hat x bar, and then this term is ui hat minus u hat bar. Then we, on the right hand side, we are getting summation of yi hat minus y hat bar whole square, then summation of ui hat minus u hat bar whole square. Then here in this term, these two will cancel out, so we will have plus 2, then we can take out b hat, so plus 2 into b hat, then within the summation we have xi minus x bar, and then we have ui hat minus u hat bar. Now here this term represents the covariance between the variable xi and ui hat. Now by the assumption of the classical linear regression model, so by the assumption of CLRM, we know that covariance between x and the error term is equal to 0. This is one of the assumptions of CLRM. So if the CLRM, if all the assumptions of CLRM hold, then we can do the OLS regression. So we are assuming that all the assumptions of CLRM are holding here. So therefore we can say that this term is 0. So covariance between x and u is 0. So in that case, this third term will vanish. So here in place of third term we can write 0. So therefore we will left with summation of yi hat minus y hat bar whole square plus summation of ui hat minus u hat bar whole square. So we are left with these two terms, and this third term vanishes. So therefore on the left hand side we have summation of yi minus y bar whole square, and on the right hand side we have two terms. Now this term is the TSS, total sum of squares. So this represents the sum of the squares of the deviations of yi from y bar, and then on the right hand side we have this term. Now this term can be written as b hat square, then summation of xi minus x bar whole square, and then this term is summation of ui hat minus u hat bar whole square. So now on the right hand side, this first term is the ESS, estimated sum of square, and the second term is called the RSS, that is the residual sum of square. So it is it represents the squares of the sum of the squares of the deviations of the estimated value of the ui from its mean value, and we know that the mean value of u is always equal to 0 by the assumption of CLR. So therefore this term represents the RSS, that is residual sum of square, and this first term on the right hand side represents the estimated sum of square. So here we have got the ANOVA identity. So TSS is equal to ESS plus RSS. Now in the earlier video I have already shown that from here I can get the value of the R square, which is useful in interpreting the regression result. So value of R square is equal to ESS over TSS, and the value of R square always lies between 0 and 1. So if it is 0, then the prediction power of the regression model is nil, and if it is 1, so it has the perfect prediction power. So in that case the entire predictability is possible of the regression model. Next we consider the dummy variable regression. we use the dummy variable regression when the independent variable is qualitative in nature, that is, it is not measurable. So suppose on the right hand side we have the variable gender. So gender is a qualitative variable, it cannot be measured. We can only identify gender by a binary model, by a binary variable 0 and 1. So if a person is male, then the value of the dummy variable is 1. If the person is female, then the value of the dummy variable is 0. So we can only denote that variable by a discrete binary variable 0 and 1. So we cannot measure that variable. So in that case we use the dummy variable regression. So suppose we are considering this regression equation, yi is equal to a plus b xi plus c di plus u. So in this case xi is a measurable variable, so it can be quantifiable, it is quantifiable, but di is not quantifiable, so di can be measured with the help of a dummy variable by a binary choice variable. So when the right hand side variable is a discrete variable, so in that case we call that variable as dummy variable. So when the RHS variable is RHS variable cannot be measured or cannot be quantified, in that case RHS variable is called dummy variable. So let us take an example. Suppose we are trying to predict the wage rate of a worker with the help of xi and di. So xi measures the level of education and di is the gender, represents the variable gender. So we are trying to predict whether the education level and the gender have any effect on the wage rate of the worker. So in that case we have to use the dummy variable. Now we can depending on the type of the modeling that we can do, we can use different dummy variable regression. So the simplest way of doing the dummy variable regression is by using the intercept dummy. So in the intercept dummy variable regression, the regression model takes the form yi is equal to a plus b xi plus c di plus u. Now if a person is male, so in that case di takes the value 1. So for male yi is equal to a plus b xi plus c plus ui, because in that case di is equal to 1. Di is equal to 1 since the person is a male. So in that case this is the equation. So from here we can write a plus c plus b xi plus ui. Now if the person is female, so in that case di takes the value 0. So in that case the regression equation takes the form yi is equal to a plus b xi, then c into 0 plus ui. So in that case this term will vanish. So in that case we will have a plus b xi plus ui on the right hand side. So this is for female when di is equal to 0. So this is for female. Now if we compare these two equations, so suppose this is equation 5 and this is equation 6. Now if we compare these 5 and 6, then what is the difference between these two regression equations? Here the intercept, the value of the intercept is a plus c, and here the value of the intercept is only a. But the slope is same in both the models. The slope in both the cases is. So if we draw the regression line, the population regression line in this quadrant, then we can get two regression equations like this. So along the x-axis we are measuring xi, along the y-axis we are measuring yi. So for male worker, this is the regression equation, and for the female worker, this is the regression equation. So the difference is the difference in the intercept. So this is C here. So here the value of the for this regression line, the value of the intercept is a plus c. For this regression line, the value of the intercept is a. So what is the difference between these two intercepts? It is c. So this distance is c. Basically the value of this, the magnitude of this distance is c. So here the difference is the difference in the intercept of the two regression. Next we consider the slope term. So the regression equation is yi is equal to a plus b xi plus c xi di plus e. So here we are interacting, we have the interaction between the two variables xi and di. So basically when di takes the value 1, then the value of this variable is xi, and when the value of the di is 0, then the value of this variable is 0. So for male, the regression equation is yi is equal to a plus b xi plus cxi, because in that case di takes the value 1 plus e. And for female, yi is equal to a plus b xi. Now for female di is equal to 0, so this term will vanish. So in that case we will have a plus b xi plus. So therefore what is the difference between these two lines, these two regression models? The difference is in the slope. So for the first model, the slope is b plus c, and for the second model the slope is only. So this is b plus c. So this is the regression line for male workers, and this is the regression line corresponding to the female workers. So here the slopes are different, but intercept in both the cases is the same. So the value of the intercept is a here, but here for the steeper line the slope is b plus c. So this is a plus b plus c into xi plus ey, and for the flatter line the slope is only. And the third type of dummy variable regression we use is the slope intercept term. So in this type of regression model, both the slope and dummy will change. So this is slope intercept dummy variable regression. So here the general form of the regression model is yi is equal to a plus b xi plus c di plus d xi di plus dy. Now here for male, yi is equal to a plus b xi plus c plus d xi plus dy. So we are getting a plus c plus b plus d into xi plus ui for male worker. And for female worker, the regression model that we are getting is yi is equal to a plus b xi, then di is 0, so this term vanishes, then this term also vanishes, so a plus b xi plus b. So in this case, if we compare these two regression equations for male and female, then we can observe that both the slopes and intercepts are different. So if we draw the regression line here in this xy quadrant, then we will get the two regression lines like this. So here for male worker, the regression line has a greater intercept and it has a higher slope, and for female worker the regression line is flatter as compared to the regression line corresponding to the male worker, and the intercept is also less in value. So therefore this is the slope intercept dummy variable regression. Now why we use the dummy variable regression? When we have the binary choice variable on the right hand side, that is when we have the discrete independent variable on the right hand side, then we are using the dummy variable regression. But what is the intuition behind it? When we are saying that yi is equal to a plus bxi plus c di plus e. So here we are considering the simplest dummy variable regression, that is the intercept dummy variable regression. So here we are trying to say that in the workplace the male workers get higher wage as compared to the female workers, even if their education levels are the same. So here our hypothesis is that male workers will always get higher salary than the female workers if they are even if they are equally qualified. So we are trying to predict whether there is a gender discrimination in the workplace or not. So in that case we use the dummy variable regression. So here by our assumption we are saying we are trying to predict that there is a gender discrimination in the workplace, and male workers always get higher wage as compared to the female workers, and therefore we are saying that this value of c is always positive, and di takes the value 1 if the person is male, and di takes the value 0 if the person is female. So for male the regression equation is yi is equal to a plus b xi plus c plus u. So in that case, in effect the intercept is a plus c plus b xi plus u. So this is for male, and for female workers yi is equal to a plus b xi plus u. Simply yi is equal to a plus b square. So now if c is positive, then a plus c is higher than a. So in that case we can say that the value of the intercept for this regression model is higher than this. So we can say that the male workers get a higher salary than the female workers even if they have the same level of education. Now this does not happen in the organized sector, where male and female workers, if they have the equal qualification, they get the equal amount of wage rate. But this type of incidence happens in the unorganized sector. So for the unorganized sector, generally there is a workplace discrimination between the male workers and the female workers. So there we can use this dummy variable regression. So for modeling that type of situation in the unorganized sector, we can use this dummy variable regression.